Yo guys, Vision SGN here, back with more Minecraft content. Today's video I'll be bringing you the full Mace guide as a part of our Minecraft survival series. This is episode 28 of the long-term forever world, which will go into detail on the tips and tricks of both finding, enchanting and using a mace to help newer and returning players. So with that said, let's get right into it. So first things first, the Mace is a heavy-hitting melee weapon which was introduced in Minecraft's 1.21 Tricky Trials update, which is designed for smash attacks that scales dramatically with full distance. It has a base attack damage of 7, which is equivalent to 3.5 hearts, the slowest attack speed in the game at 0.6, and about 1.67 seconds per fully charged swing as well, with it also having 500 uses before breaking, so very durable but really slow in attack speed and doesn't deal a great amount of damage just on flat surfaces. On the ground it deals 7 damage, critical hits of course add 50% more, but its real power shines in smash attacks after falling 1.5 blocks, not grounded or gliding. The damage then ramps up +4 per block fallen for the first 3, then +2 per block fallen for the next 5, and then +1 per block for anything beyond that. So as you can see, the higher you go, the more damage you're going to deal, which a successful smash negates all of your accumulated full damage, meaning you will not take any damage if you don't miss. Of course, if you do miss and you're really high up, then of course you're going to risk dying, to make sure you maybe combine or have a sort of feather falling 4 compatible with your setup, creating a knockback shockwave affecting all nearby mobs and players and counts as a critical hit. Now, to craft this weapon, it can be a little bit tricky, especially for newer players. In order to craft it, you'll need a heavy core, which is a rare drop from an ominous vault in a trial chamber with a 20% chance of dropping from the ominous vault, which is directly on top of needing a breeze rod, which is then dropped by a breeze mob, which is of course also acquired in a trial chamber. Now, these can be used to repair the mace as well in an anvil, or of course you can repair it via the mending enchantment. It also mines blocks slightly faster than using your hand, such as grass or sort of glass or beacons, but it's slower than specialized tools such as shovels or pickaxes, and therefore I would not use or recommend for the likes of mining. Just simply use this as a melee PvE or PvP tool or weapon. However, as for the trial chambers themselves, by consuming an ominous potion, which is acquired by finding a pillager outpost and slaying the captain, he will then drop an ominous potion, and you can basically, once you locate a trial chamber via the exploration aspect of the game, or of course using a trial locator map via trading with a cartographer villager, and therefore you'll find a trial chamber, which are really common, or of course you can use chunk base and just sort of search your seed up and then find them really easily. You are then able to consume this potion in that trial, and instead of doing a regular trial, you will effectively increase the chances or the difficulty of that trial into an ominous trial, and therefore you are now able to acquire some improved loot from vaults, which are also going to give you rarer items. And one of the rare items that you will get is the mace in itself, or the heavy core I should say, which is a powerful and fun weapon, and combining, like I said, with the breeze rod as the sort of handle and the heavy core, which is the head of course of the mace, combined will allow you to make the mace weapon, which is really fun in this game, especially for certain situations. Now, as for the exclusive enchantments, the mace has the density 1 to 5, which adds 0.25 smash damage per block fallen per level, with a maximum of 5 adding up to 18.75 from up to 75 blocks, which is insane and can allow you to one-shot the likes of the Warden or the Ender Dragon. Breach is the second exclusive enchantment, which goes up to 1 to 4, ignoring up to 15% of target armor per level, and of course can stack, so you can ridiculously reduce the amount of armor another player has. So this is great for PvP or armored mobs, but something I would not recommend unless you're in a PvP environment. So if you're playing PvE, which for the most part a lot of players do, in single player, hardcore or forever worlds, whatever it may be, this is typically something you would not use. You would typically lean towards having density, as you cannot have one or the and the other. You have to be separate. They are exclusive from one another, as well as the wind burst enchantment, which you can get 1 to 3, with successful smash attacks launching you upwards. With the higher the levels, the higher you will go for chaining attacks plus extra knockback as well, which is just super fun and animated for the most part. Not something I've got accustomed to in my forever world with using so far, but I cannot wait to get using the right environment, such as a trial chamber going forward, where it's going to be far more effective, as you have sort of an enclosed ceiling above you, but you have drops and levels where you can maximize the likes of dropping off to deal extra critical damage and just almost like fly around. And combining with the likes of an elytra in a more open environment, you can make this a really fun weapon to use. It also takes standards enchantments like mending, unbreaking, curse of vanishing, and as well as fire aspect, but no looting or sweeping edge, which is of course only compatible in Java. A max density mace from world height can one-shot the Warden and the Ender Dragon. It can also have Smite and Bane of Arthropods as well for more unique sort of types and playstyles, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, as it's more unique to certain mobs, whether it's undead or arthropods or whatever it may be. This is something of course you can use for multiple different types of maces for PvE, or of course just simply use the density, which is far more advised and something I would recommend, or at least the breach for PvP purposes as well. As for the playstyle as of the mace, I'd say it's situational but definitely devastating, paired with an elytra and wind charges for aerial combos through wind burst helps chain naturally, but also can be super effective. The slow speed does make it weak versus faster mobs, and swords are more ideal in sort of course flat fights, or of course even using an axe, but dominates vertical combat and PvP drops, especially for the armor reduction using the likes of breach. But that's pretty much the guide there. With it said, if you've enjoyed the video and found this useful, do not forget to like and subscribe, as it massively helps me out. I'm a small creator, as you can see, and comment down below if you have any tips or tricks that you've learned along the way. If you use this weapon for a long period of time, let us know down below. Any returning players like myself or any new players to this game. But I'm Visionary Shin. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.